Hey everybody, it's Kenny K here again with a new movie that I wanted to discuss. That was actually really hoping it to be good. Resident Evil from 2002. Um, the thing is that I'm a huge fan and collector of the Final Fantasy VII collectors memorabilia. Like I got all the polygon figures, like from the main group, Sid, Barrett, Cloud. Even got Sephiroth in there. They're polygon figures. You know, like they look in the Final Fantasy VII game. I've got a Final Fantasy VII Bandai action figure from Sephiroth from 1997. From Resident Evil, I've got a Resident Evil from Toy Biz, still in package, a Tyrant from 1998. And I wanted to buy the upcoming line of that was Palisades. Leon S. Kennedy wounded, $175 fucking dollars, and the guy didn't want to send it to me because he didn't want to. He wanted to keep it in his own country. What an asshole. Okay, I guess. But the thing with this movie, I'm a huge Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 fan. Especially the first two. They actually never really succeeded of making a good Resident Evil movie. This one comes close. You know? This one comes close. But because you got a few fragments in there, it starts with the mansion, and you think, okay, yes, we got the mansion, we got the Arklay Mountains mansion. And then we got this woman dressed in very soft clothes, Mila Jovovich, and then you've got all these special forces going through the window, which one of it, which is Michelle Rodriguez, and they start to scan her. They take her with her in a sealed lift, and we're going to the hive, and then yeah, and I'm not sure. So, the movie starts with a guy that is stealing T virus veils, and the last T virus veils is being an asshole. He throws it out of the room, contaminates the entire hive. Then you've got this this one guy with an axe trying to get through the the containment room, and you see when he hits the glass, you see a little piece breaking off on the other side. So it's really strong glass. You can't get the hell out of there. So they also meet this guy at some point on the entrance, somewhere around the entrance of the hive. So they what they do basically is, okay, they know who these two are. They know this from the beginning. You've got because this movie got a, let's see, 6.6. Well, I give it a 6.5. Which is like a 6.6. Mila Jovovich. But that's the thing with it's almost a Rob Zombie thing, you know. She has to be in movies from Paul W. Anderson, or she won't get, or he won't get nailed for a few months. Michelle Rodriguez as Rain. And then you got Ryan McCluskey as Mr. Gray. Uh, Mr. Red Oscar Pierce. Indra Ove as Miss Black. Anna Bolt as Dr. Green, Joseph May as Dr. Blue. It's weird. They all just have names of. Um, I think that one was well. I think that was a clue. James Butler. He's Clarence. He's the guy. I think he was the guy in charge of the spec op unit. He was cool. He had a demeanor on his face that he knew what he was doing, and they go back into the hive to see what the fuck happened there. And what happened there, they don't see shit until some douchebag of one of these soldiers opens something, a gate, so they unlock all gates, and then you hear something really cool. I have to admit, there are cool moments in this movie, like a zombie sliding the guy with the axe in the beginning is sliding the axe with him, and he looks up and you see this half-eaten head of him looking up to the crew members. Then you see, then they start shooting. All zombies are coming from all directions. Uh, Mila Jovovich character, what's her name again? Even I don't even remember her fucking name. Was it Anna? Anna, yeah. She she goes to a room where they were keeping pens for dogs, and then you see one of the pens being opened, and that's also cool. They didn't use practical effect. They didn't use CGI. They used practical effect dogs, canine units, Dobermans, Rottweilers, put slabs of meat on them and white eyes. Uh, it was it was cool. It was cool. There were a few cool things in there, but then I'm not sure, man. At some point, they also find this other guy, and I'm not just sure what his name again was, because they all have just like Mr. Gray and Mr. He was the reporter, and he's a known face. I can't find him here. I think it's Ryan McCloskey. He basically was reporting shit about the hive. He was around the hive. He was the guy who opened the door for the hive for the special forces members. He wanted to get the fuck out of there because he had enough on his camera, and they think that that they are married, but she never seen him before in her life. So okay, they take them two with them to the hive, and then later in the beginning, somewhere in the entrance of the hive, the husband, played by again a guy with a known face, but the problem is, oh yeah, Eric Mabius. That's Matt. Matt. That was the reporter, and then Colin Selman. That was the leader of the group as one. Yes. Sorry for the inconvenient. Sometimes names just. I'm getting old. I'm really getting old. And you had the husband. I think that was Martin Cruz Kaplan. He was the. I'm not sure. Uh, let's just say she had her husband, and they found him there, and she remembered him who he was, but not quite. Um, Eventually, what happens is, okay, like I said, they release a button. They are listening to the hive members, the queen. It's this program of a young girl, and she's just telling that an infection has occurred in this lab, and then she tells that no one can get to the lab. Now, in this moment, you've got about 3 or 4 guys. One is Mr. One, the leader of the group, and 2 or 3 others in this entrance to this lab. Uh, they all get killed. Cool ways with laser beams that just zoop, they just half, you know, blast somebody in half. And a laser beam where he goes like zoop, and he's basically getting decapitated. Oh, some you've got sorry, my cat. You've got one was really trying to evade those lasers. He evades one or two lasers, but then they decide to make it a complete grid, and he's like, oh, fuck. And just at the nick of time, they could get it off, but you see that he just got lasered, and you see him in Lego pieces falling out, completely falling to the ground. Really good scene, really, really good scene. This movie had a few good scenes. But again, why I'm sighing, and this isn't Resident Evil. This has nothing to do with Resident Evil. This Anna character, who the fuck is she? All these other characters. Okay, the Commandos, I get. They even had the, you know, they even had the, sorry. They even had the mansion. Why couldn't they do something with that? The mansion itself looked creepy as fuck. No. We're gonna do something underneath the mansion, the hive, and it felt like more of a combination of the first movie and the second from the first game and the second game. First game is in this mansion, where the second game is in this underground lab. Then the special forces units are just with a few man more, like 3 guys or something. One is an IT hacker. He can sort of reprogram the queen. And then you've got one douchebag who thinks he can do everything. He opens the elevator, gets snatched by a bunch of zombies that are in the elevator. This was Michelle Rodriguez, homie, and they're basically with 2 left. The reporter, the boyfriend, and then of course Anna. So they start warding those zombies off. Anna came out of the room with the dog. She apparently has skills, like karate skills, fighting skills that she didn't know she had those skills. So she gets the fuck out of there again. They meet up again. They are playing a little bit of a cat and mouse game with the zombies, and then you hear the hive queen saying, because of the infection, we had to lose one of our high BOWs. She doesn't call it the liquor, but just a high BOW, I believe. Then you see a thing open, like a big crate opening, and you see this liquor coming out and jumping out. Now, the sad thing is, what I really wanted to see was that the liquor was attacking more people, because the liquors aren't unstoppable. Especially if you see in the second movie, there are like 4 or 5 liquors and they kill them all. So, and here, for some reason, this liquor is stronger than any liquor they have. So because she remembers that the the guy who they found unconscious on the ground is her, basically her husband. Her husband, you know, it's all fake, but they're married to keep appearances, and they had sex, and that's why she was wearing those, you know, those clothes, those robes. They had sex the night before. The guy went to the lab. The guy destroyed the lab, and then he remembers, and he immediately takes a gun, and he says, and he says, I'm going to get the fuck out of here, and I want you, I want you to help me. And his sense of love for her is completely gone. He says, what are you gonna do? Money, baby, money, money. There's much money involved. And then we see a zombie coming out of the water, biting him in the arm. He kills her. Eventually, he gets the hell out. He locks the door, but they figure out to come out. But then they see on these TV screens that he's being attacked by the liquor, and because he, that's so stupid. That's so stupid. Because he was infected with the T virus. He's there. He's doing his thing with the anti-T virus to put it in him so he won't become a zombie. Then he sees or hears something, just the sound of the liquors, and then he sees, oh shit, liquor. Oh, you see him being completely fucked up by the liquor, and then the liquor completely evolves, and then the Red Queen says, the liquor has the BOW has now evolved in a much stronger BOW, which apparently is like this dog-like liquor. It's stupid. I didn't like that. They're now with Matt. He's there. So Matt's there, reporter, then Anna, and then Michelle Rodriguez. Now they're in the train car to get back up, but the liquor is following them. The super liquor, basically, he can still use his tongue. He gets on the train, scratches Matt, and eventually Michelle Rodriguez becomes a zombie because she was bitten by her boyfriend. Her boyfriend, the guy she liked. She found him. She saw him in a tunnel as a zombie and couldn't shoot him down, and he bit her. She's now a zombie, so yeah, you gotta kill her too. Boom, in the head. They somehow destroy the liquor. I think the liquor is holding on the train car with his tongue, but they chop it off, and the train car is with all this electricity, and it burns up when it's bouncing around the electric cable, the cables, you know, that holds the cable car. So they arrive. All these hazmat suits come, and they say he's turning. You see Matt getting these little tentacles out of his arm, get him to the Nemesis Project. And I thought, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, the Nemesis Project, because I love the Nemesis, the creature, the Nemesis. It's one of my favorite bad guys from the game. And then take her with me, and then the movie basically ends. So what do I think about this movie? First of all, this movie has nothing to do with the game. Nothing to do. They put some trinkets in there, like the dogs, the liquor, but then a super liquor. That's stupid. They put zombies in there. So most of the zombies looked not even scary. The only scary one, in my opinion, was the guy who was dragging the axe. Um, I'm gonna tell you something. There's a TV series that this was a pitch that they wanted to do, and I will try to find this link. It's on YouTube, so don't worry. Uh, it's basically 15-20 minute clip about a TV series they wanted to bring out, a Resident Evil series called Arklay. Basically, what this would be is a slow story about how everything started. Like they start to see zombies, they start to see hikers start to see these dogs. They're getting ripped apart. They're finding these bodies. The and you're playing this detective, and there's this cool scene where they find a guy who played suicide, and at some point you see Sergeant Donahue, or what is his name, coming in. That's the sergeant, the black guy from Resident Evil 2, who helps you, but he's bitten. He's coming in. You see him coming back out. You see the lawyer calling on the upper stairs, and you see his partner in another room, and he sees a person in the room where the guy killed himself. So he calls his partner up, and he goes like, "Let's go, let's go." And you see this epic zombie, epic looking zombie, and they start. I mean, I'm gonna put it in the link. Please give it a show. It's apparently a show that didn't made it. They would have probably sent us the Arklay Mountains, and then further on would involve the Stars team, because they couldn't control the situation anymore, and they wanted to put a lid on it. So cool, but they didn't. And that was Resident Evil. That just oozed Resident Evil. I'm gonna put in the link, and I hope you enjoyed. It's only like 15 or 20 minutes long. I hope you enjoyed this review, because, like I said, for me, this one, if you have to pick of all the Mila Jovovich and Paul W. Anderson Resident Evil movies, this one and maybe the second one. The second one is maybe the truest, but it's so hectic and so unbelievable stupid that Alice is a superhuman that can kill the fucking nemesis in a hand-to-hand combat, which is no. And the star teams are just like SWAT team guys, and they get fucked over when he kills when they're in a gun shop, and they see stars coming. You got this sniper. That was a cool thing, with a cowboy head and with some music, and he has these I think it's a 50 caliber or something. He shoots him. It still comes at him, and he's shooting again in the head. It comes at him. He's saying, "All right, now you're gonna die." He puts one in. Then you see him putting the bazooka at the tower of the shop, and he's, "Oh no!" And then using a minigun, you shoot every Stars member. I mean, he kills like 13 Stars members in one hit. On one side, it's a cool scene, but on the other side, Stars, come on, they replicate the scene from the Resident Evil 3 game, where the police and the Stars and the UBC members from the Umbrella Corporation do their last fight, and the zombies are coming, and they're fighting, attacking, throwing grenades, boom, 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 and then they can't hold him anymore, and then you see this helmet, and then you see this zombie reaching for this helmet. That was a cool reenactment, but like I said, that one and this one for the vibe, the creepy vibes that he gets, 6.5. Same for the second one, 6.5. So I'm gonna try to find this link. I'm gonna try to find this link and put it in here. Try to see it. If you're a Resident Evil fan, you know what I mean with this is Resident Evil. I hope you subscribe for more horror fan. It's free. I don't ask you any money. And let's just have some more horror fan. What do you say? See you next time. Boy or girls.